I became an officer in the junior ROTC. Here's my ID card.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Do these holes say anything?
They were. I forget if they got if it's a name. Oh, it's at the bottom. It's punched inactive.
Ah.
So if you hold that up against, so when
Oh yeah.
when I left active duty and I then continued on in the what's the name of the guys who are not on inactive duty? That term will have to come to me. Oh, no, it wasn't. Yeah, the reserve. I went into the reserve force, and I flew for about 3 years at the Army air bases. During that period, I would do overnight flights. In the Reserve Corps, I flew from one summer. I flew from Rantoul, Illinois, which was a base. Got a reserve plane there, and flew all the way to California, and back. So I tried to stay active. Oh, and then when the Korean War started, again, then I was working in the refinery, and I personally, I had the exemption, so I didn't end up getting shot at that time.
How about what's the story behind this photo?
That's high school. That's at the University of Chicago. That's obviously not summer. That's me. I'm the head of the of that, and this was the the meteorology students. So wherever we went on the campus at the University of Chicago, we marched.
Is it you and me?
No, that I can't see well enough.
And these look like, oh, oopsies, there you go.
Yeah,
These look like New Testament.
Oh, and then, well, that's part of the story. Going into service, I got New Testaments from my parents. There's probably a note in here. And a watch, which I've been looking for, my first wristwatch. Maybe, oh, there.
Oh, look at that. Who was that from?
I can't.
Looks like Erie Peterson pastor.
Oh, yes, Eric Peterson was the minister at our church. So our family belonged to, and so we got, the men and women that entered service got this from the sign by him. That's where I was confirmed. That's part of the story. When my dad drove me down to the enlistment station in downtown Chicago, I went with a New Testament and a new wristwatch.
Nice.
And a box for our civilian clothes to be
yeah.
mailed back home. Oh,
Sounds
okay.
fun. I have one more question.
Okay.
So if you could go back in time and tell yourself, like as you were first arriving at the military camp, if you could tell yourself one thing, what would it be?
Oh, from hitchhiking, from my experience, I would say get a New Testament, because they're small and they're easy to keep with you, and find a verse or two that gives you comfort,
Yeah.
and hang on to it. That's what I would do.
Anything else you'd like to share, or think you good?
Well, my military experience, was excellent, and the need for people to defend their country is really important. And of course, I read the daily newspaper, and I think of that country with all of their people caught up in trying to defend it. And so they're in my prayers,
Very nice.
and a whole lot of other